Hello! What's this? Look, I ain't late. I know you guys are saying I'm late, but I'm genuinely not late. You guys think I'm late, but that's different. I'm not actually late. There are all the video games. I don't know what you're talking about, Viper. Alright, just checking everything's okay. Our bots have assembled over at Kick, trying to get me to buy some views. They're doing good. Our Twitch is up and running, looking good. So far, so good. Let's place this there. Place you but that's not what I wanted. There, that's good. By the way, I'm only joking about the bots. But hey everyone. It is really warm today, isn't it? Let's put the music down a bit. It is rather warm today. Like really warm. I've just been dealing with lots of crises today. Trying to understand why certain things in life just don't make any sense. But hey, we're here. So I didn't get to watch the Nintendo Direct. Oh, thank you. Wait, they changed the color of them now? What happened to the red one? I know, but wasn't this supposed to be one? Why am I getting two now? Oh, so this is that's what that is. Okay. You know, if you close that door, I'm gonna die. It's really hot. I mean, we could steal one of the aircons from the kids. They don't really need to breathe. It's okay. I'm just joking. Unless you agree with me. Then I'm totally not joking. But, you know. So the Battlefield thing is 20 minutes. It's not too bad. Nintendo Direct is 30 minutes. So, gonna be deaded. But that's like 50 minutes of the show already covered. See? What a guy. So how's everyone been? What have we been up to? That wasn't funny, Chris. That thing was huge on my monitor. Do you want to know what the worst part out of all this is? Chat. So after I said goodbye to YouTube, I went round there. I went like looking for help from anyone that could provide me with help. Anyone that was actually watching on Kick, Twitch, or X. Yeah, unfortunately, I forgot to actually close the stream. So to those people that stayed over on that side, they probably had a really good laugh at after the YouTube stream went down. Because they heard some unruly things. Oh, nice, so. Did you manage to see any gameplay? Got home, watched the Nintendo thing, and then played a fair bit of. Do you know what? I've been trying to sit down and find time this week. I've been on holiday to play some Death Stranding, to play any games. I've just not had time. Devastator, not to worry, because we're going to check it out here. Because I haven't watched it. So I figured out we'd check it out here because I'm sure others haven't watched it either. So that is all good. Oh, no. The screen was kind of in the off position. So all they heard was the voice acting of me being terrified and, you know, doing some Jackie Chan moves at my age. Mate, I had a week off and I've almost done nothing. I feel so bad. Actually, that's a lie. I've watched a lot of telly. I've watched a lot of TV series. I watched all of The Walking Dead, Dead City, which was really good. I really enjoyed that. Although the whole Maggie and Negan storyline kind of needs to come to a head at some point. And I think it finally has by the end of this. At the end of this season. I've finished watching up to date Chicago Fire, Chicago the police one, I forget what it's called. Then I got up to date because I haven't watched it for months. FBI, there's 3 FBI shows, I watched those as well. But I did a lot of TV watching actually, so to say that I didn't do much is not technically true. I caught up on every single show that I had going, and I even snuck in a couple of films in, and even went to the cinema, so. I don't know if it auto deletes itself over there, unfortunately. You don't need to. Yeah, let's just say it's all deleted. That's what I'm gonna say. Fear factor is exactly what it says. It's a factor of fear. Probably should play that. And mute. Is that actually playing? Yeah, it is. But man, can you believe it? People are still saying that Microsoft can't count ZeniMax games. Like, why not? I mean, I get it if it was like 1 or 2 years into the acquisition, it wasn't games that they really funded. But at this point, they've funded games like Doom entirely from inception. Like, why wouldn't you be able to count it? It's crazy. People are just grasping at straws for. You see, I can see something from the corner of my eye. I can see it. But it's just not there. It's just not there. I think I'm just starting to see things that aren't really there. Yeah, these are all American shows. I don't really watch UK shows. So I put up this, right? I put this up. If you haven't heard by now, essentially a content creator has gone around and decided to copyright strike another content creator for a video that they made 2 years ago with content that was 30 seconds long. And so I put this post up to show that, you know, despite what people say about them and clip them and to hell and whatnot, these people don't do that. One person here had a problem with it. I was a bad guy again, by the way. I'm actually praising these people. And I'm actually getting called out. And I'm like, but I'm saying something good. Why are you making this a problem? It's like, come on! I'm actually saying something nice about people, right? Maybe I know, man. It's just so stupid. And I'm just sitting and I'm like, this just don't make any sense. I'm really tempted to click on that go live button. So the overlay that I'm using right now is from StreamYards, and I've never really clicked that go live button. And I don't know what's going to happen if I do click that go live button. Does anyone know what's going to happen if I click that go live button? I'm really tempted to become a rebel and do it, or maybe I'll do it towards the end of the stream to see what will actually happen. I think I'll leave it to the end of the stream and see what actually happens, because it might take the whole thing down, and we don't want that. David, no spoilers. I hadn't seen it yet. We're gonna kind of look at it. I'm gonna check it out today on stream. We're gonna do it live. I'm gonna be demonetized so bad, I don't even want to think about it, but I'm still gonna do it because that's how I roll. So the problem is it might happen. It might happen, and I don't want it to happen. But hey, I think everything is now set up for Kick Twitch. A painting room? No. I'm just adding fire to flames. Don't add fire to flames. Bad things happen when you do that, Viper. Bad things happen when you do that. Alright, so that's all set. We're almost ready to rock and roll. I was trying to be nice as well. I was trying to be nice. Man, I'm just seeing shit now, and it's not good, man. It ain't good. I'm either hallucinating or I'm seeing shit. I haven't been awake that long. Alright, I'm just gonna do a test send for a message. Hopefully that will go to everyone. That went. That went. Alright. We're good. We're golden. But yeah. No, man, look. We all say stuff, and you know, you've got the usual suspects who are just going to be toxic about everything. But we all, like, react to each other, call out each other, and that's all fair game, in my opinion. You know, people do it to me, I do it to them. It's all fair game. You know, as long as you're not being a complete and utter arsehole about it, it's fair game. But the moment you start being an arsehole about it, that's when it becomes a problem. As long as you're not doing that, we're good. Viper, you're never quiet. Never, ever, ever quiet. Battlefield Hardline, boom, hot take. Wait, what? Hardline? Mate, that had the worst story and the worst boss battle ever at the end. You could just stand there and the AI would still miss you. What are you saying? Where are we? Where's my YouTube page? Hey, where's the page? It ain't that. It's probably this one. Yeah. Alright. So let's just bring up the stuff I want to talk about today. It's been a really, really busy day today. Really busy. You're happy with life at the moment? I am too. The problem is, pal, that strike is going to stay on his account for a long time. I think it takes like 5 years to clear if he can't clear it himself, which is unfortunate. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a really, really depressing way. As I told, was it you I told or someone? I think I mentioned it on stream on Tuesday or maybe yesterday. I don't know. It's all seeming like a blur now. But I got copyright striked for no reason whatsoever. No, mine wasn't a copyright strike. Mine was just a straight up channel strike. Because oh, that's it. Gleam.io. I used Gleam.io for a giveaway. And I knew I'd remember it eventually. And because I used Gleam.io, they gave me a channel strike. Yeah, I'm not sure if he has what grounds they have though. Yeah, Alex shouldn't do that. Because now Alex is weaponizing his community against someone, and Alex can get his channel deleted. He shouldn't be stupid like that. If these people are willing to go and try and false claim your channel, then that would be really, really, really dumb of him to do. Plus, he's already laughed at Reforge or someone else, not Reforge, someone else for doing something similar. So I just can't see him doing it. I can't see him doing that. There's a giveaway website called Gleam.io. A lot of people use it on X, and I use it on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't like it. They said I shall not pass on this given day, and off I went into the depths of copyright channel strike thing. But it's finally come off, so it's been a while. Yeah, I just didn't know Cesano because I saw everyone else using it, and I said, okay, I'll do the same. But that's not how it works, apparently. I tell you what, though, Kuro Games has cooked with their next 2 characters coming. I know none of you care about it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. They cooked. They cooked. I was like, hot damn. Wait, why does it say stream ending? So random. Viper. I'm streaming over at. So I'm streaming on YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and X at the same time. You're over at Twitch. Most people are over at YouTube, and a lot just listening on Twitch, just listening in. So you can come over to YouTube as well if you like. It's up to you. But I'm responding to everyone equally. And I appreciate you being there. Let's get this up and running because I am so disorganized today, it's not funny. I looked at the time and it was like, oh my god, what is going on? All right, so chat, what are we starting with? Do we want to start with the Nintendo Direct first? Or do we want to start with Microsoft earnings call? Well, the Microsoft earnings for Q4. We also have the hilariously and brilliant emails going to Sony. Now that one's special. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, Hunter. All right, since it doesn't matter, I mentioned this one a little while ago, so I'll start with this one because I don't actually understand this one and I don't see why people are still going on about it. Right? But it's over. It should be here. Did I really not open it? But I can go away. Maybe I didn't. Ooh. All right. So let's make fun of this guy first. So, apparently, any game that's made by ZeniMax or ABK is not a Microsoft game. Now, don't get me wrong. I can understand if you just bought the company and then those games were literally almost complete. Some people saying, well, Microsoft didn't do anything to them. But, sorry, one sec. But Doom was not even in pre-production when Microsoft bought ZeniMax. So how does that even work? Oh yeah, I remember that. They emailed POTUS to try and stop the ABK deal from happening. Navy, exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense. I get it at the beginning, fine, but it's been under Microsoft's care for so long now that these are Microsoft games. I know, right? I mean, I just had some dude trying to argue with me today. Apparently, based on what he's saying, he works for Microsoft. I mean, the way he's coming across, he knows the facts and he knows that Game Pass isn't sustainable. There's no profit made there at all, even though it made $5 billion. It's like, what? So you're saying they spent $6 billion on Game Pass every year? Like, are these people that stupid? I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. But man, this actually leads me on to something complete, like something on the same thing, right? Because I think it's just dumb. Do you think that Matt Piscatella and Chris String do it on purpose to stir up console wars. Because you have to wonder, right? These two have been getting it wrong so many times lately. They're like, look at these. Now you can all laugh at them. Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry, we made a mistake. I mean, it's getting to the point where they just go, apologies for the error, or actually, let me clarify. It's like Xbox bad, Xbox bad, Xbox bad. Actually, I'm gonna clarify. Xbox good. I mean, he's getting his stuff off Circana. Here are the Q2Ren's US best-selling title rankings for PlayStation, revised from yesterday. Oops. Like, wait, what? Apologies for the error in the chart I posted yesterday. Like, how do you make that mistake? Like, it has to be just to rile up console wars. Oh, I know, Ghosty. But that looked way worse on Sony than that one did. Right? At least Death Stranding 2 made an appearance here. I know, right? I know. I'm actually surprised how high MLB The Show actually is, honestly. That one was actually a genuine surprise to me. But, man, Xbox is absolutely killing that, you know, the performance there. And you're telling me that Sony's not going to be looking at this and saying, I wonder what we can do. And here's the other thing, right? I often hear people talking about, oh, and this is like this is a whole nibs thing, right? Xbox games that are #1 don't chart on the thing. Well, the marketplace for Xbox is a lot smaller. I think everyone knows this. So selling 5% on PC and 5% on PlayStation is going to be a hell of a lot smaller on Xbox. You would need to sell like 15-20% to be somewhere, you know, about 15% to be on the same, you know, boundary. Games just don't do that. So why isn't that ever taken into consideration? It's a bit of a weird one, that one, isn't it? It's always what the agenda is. Banisher, I am live. I am indeed live. You won't believe it. Not even I believed it. Not at first. But then I found out that I indeed was live. And my whole world changed. I'm just messing with you, dude. Can you imagine if this was pre-recorded and that timing was perfect? Maybe it is. Oh man, I actually saved something and now it's not here. Where did I save it? Oh, I'll have to search for it manually. This is pretty good. I actually did think though, man. I actually did bookmark it. I don't get it. Where did I bookmark it? Ah, I know. I bookmarked it here. So Nib decided that he was going to go down his usual ways of trying to own Xbox. And the interesting thing that I noticed here, which I also said in my Discord yesterday, was that Xbox's monthly active users haven't grown. They've stayed at 500 million. There's been zero growth there. But people are looking at that as a bad thing. What they're not looking at is that there's been no shredding. The players are still there. And they're still playing. So that means that their retention rate is really, really good. If you look at the overall revenue, they've both increased by roughly the same amount. I think at this point, Xbox has completely given up on the hardware. So there's no point in talking about that. But these numbers overall are really good for Xbox. Considering their market share and the way they've pivoted and how aggressive they've been, this has actually been really good. Right? So I don't see a negative here. But then he tried to use the whole PlayStation's annual revenue was 36% higher than Xbox's overall and 22% higher when you remove all revenue. But this dude over here decided to come in. He's the one that basically turned around and shattered Nibs' dreams entirely. His dreams failed. MAUs are showing as flat for Xbox. MAU, that's what Nib said. MAUs are 500 million globally, including Mobile King, PC, and console. PlayStation's 124 million is console only. Xbox's reach is broader, even if engagement per user varies. Some key things from the Microsoft results. Dominating charts, pulling nearly $5 billion, and pivoting to ecosystem first strategy. PlayStation's ahead in revenue, sure, but Xbox is quietly laying rails for where the industry's headed. Scalable services, multi-platform reach, cloud infrastructure. The scoreboard may favor Sony now, but the rulebook's being rewritten very quickly. Adaptation is key. And so Nibs decides to, do his usual damage control, and he comes back. Many predicted Xbox would be ahead with acquisition. The flaw here is expectation doesn't equal strategy. Spending big doesn't mean immediate dominance. It signals long-term infrastructure betting. And this is what we all said, right? ABK was about long-term investment, not instant. This is console war framing when the actual playbook is ecosystem. Like, this dude completely owned him. Like, I don't even know who this guy is. This House Quake guy just came out of nowhere and was the hero we all needed. He could just completely owned him. PlayStation's revenue is higher even removing hardware. True, but that lacks nuance. Now he's playing Nibs at his own words. PlayStation's revenue lies heavily on premium titles and one-time transactions. Xbox's software services model is subscription and heavy compounding. A hardware-light portfolio with recurring revenue has very different scalability traits. Loosely translated, they are both approaching different markets in terms of revenue gain. You cannot compare them anymore. They are so fundamentally different in how they approach their audience, you can't compare them. And that's that. Thank you so much, Devin, for the $4 sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude. Man's trying to get to number one. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. This is the first time I've seen him post, but I went through all of this. I actually read through this whole conversation, and he just slapped down Nibs every single time. Strategy stalled until ABK. Temporarily, yes, but that's ignoring groundwork. Cloud tech, multi-platform tooling, and service-first infrastructure were all in place before ABK. The acquisition was ignition. I think is a fair assessment. PlayStation revenue grew more without ABK. Sharp stat, but time-bound. It seems Xbox is laying rails while Sony was harvesting momentum. ABK may have juiced the numbers now, but future growth will depend on platform flexibility, and Xbox's position there undeniably. And yeah, he just kept on just absolutely just tearing everything he said apart. And calling Xbox's strategy the worst performing ignores the fact that 95% of their revenue now comes from scalable services, not declining hardware. They're getting all of the profits that they're making now is from services. No one's buying the Xbox Series consoles anymore, and I don't blame them with the announcement. Well, with the news that the next console is coming along, you can hardly buy the new consoles anyway, so it looks like Microsoft is readily gearing up for their next console. PlayStation's growth is impressive, no doubt, but Xbox is building a platform that follows the player, not just sells to them. Xbox didn't just change its fortune, it helped redraw the map. The rest will follow, perhaps in various ways, or risk falling behind, and evidently that's happening. It's quite possible, but he basically owned Nibs at his own game. Right? He just owned him at his own game. Game Pass revenue makes sense with price hikes. Yes, price hikes contributed, but come on, from 2.9 billion to 5 billion is serious momentum. And coming at it from a business standpoint, Xbox's MAU suggests they've earned the retention needed to justify it. See, this guy actually put a lot into perspective. And I think the best one, right? The best point he made, right? And it's something that me and my friend often talk about with the whole ZeniMax acquisition, ABK acquisition, and even future acquisitions that they do. Because as we work with project managers a lot in the where I do my 9-to-5 job, we talk about some of these stuff, and we always just always break into talking about video games and stuff, and there is a correlation.
To Ubisoft.
Well, if Devin donates to me, then spiritually I can donate to Ubisoft. Thank you so much for the £3, manager. But it's this point here, right? It's the point number 4. And this is something that me and my friend have been saying is where Microsoft will succeed. Nib says Xbox just bought popular IPs, and that is fair. They did, right? They did. Hey, Soul. Thank you so much for the 1-month membership. I appreciate you. Devin cheats.
Soul Accord celebrates 1 month of membership. Devin cheats, lol.
But he ignores the ecosystem intent. Xbox didn't just buy hits. See, everyone looks at it and says, Xbox bought the Elder Scrolls, or they bought Starfield, or they bought Call of Duty. But that's not what they've done. And I agree 100% with this, because this is the way project managers, businesses think. It bought pipelines. Now, for anyone that doesn't understand what that means, in layman terms, when you have projects, they're called pipelines. The more you have, the healthier your business. The more projects you have ongoing, the better it is, right? It means that your business is, churning well. It's doing good business. You're not sitting there twiddling your thumbs. But those pipelines also say, hey, 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, 9 months down the line, they can project 12 months down the line what's going to go to Game Pass based on these acquisitions and these companies. The pipelines are really important. If you don't have a pipeline, it's really dangerous, because your whole business is dependent on what project comes in on that day. If none do, there's going to be mass layoffs. I'm just giving a real world example. These IPs now feed Game Pass, crossplay strategies, and cloud momentum. It's not just chart domination, it's cross-platform leverage. And that's the key thing. And I get it. People often miss that one and try to ignore it. But that one right there is like massive. Exactly. And that provided them with a pipeline for live service games for like 12 months. It's exactly the same thing. But when you buy a bigger company like ABK, you get an enormous amount of pipeline worth of work. Watch how everyone starts talking about pipelines now. But yeah, I thought that was really great. The way he just completely and utterly just ripped Nibs apart. And did you notice? Nibs just stopped responding. He got put in his place so badly. And then Alex tried to come and defend Nibs, and it did not happen. This guy just literally ripped him apart. Good shit. We now have someone else out there. What happened to Paul? Two years to pay you. Oh man, that's rough. Woodstar, this whole thread here is just hilarious. The way Nibs tried to console war and then gets called out for his console warring, and then gets ripped apart was truly a delight to read. Hey, Sol, thanks for stopping by, dude. Catch you next time. See you on Discord. But yeah, that's the thread, man. It just got it was truly interesting to read. Oh. I just posted it in the chat. Hey, UK Sam, how's it going, buddy? Hey, UK Sam, I ended up staying up until like 4 o'clock this morning. 100%ing Tough map. And the other thing as well. In hindsight, I probably should have jumped back on stream and continued streaming. But I was up until like 4 o'clock, just 100% in the map. But it's done. I'm done with it until the next update now. Send it to me on Discord, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna check it out here, but I think I've attracted enough drama as it is. I don't want to get copyright strikes as well. But I'll definitely watch it. I want to know what's going on. Young me was hot-headed. Was a hothead that didn't understand how to behave. Honestly, I was like that as well, Susano. And then I just grew up. I just grew up, and that was the end of that. But yeah, they're going crazy at the moment. They're going real crazy. But the one thing we can take away from this, content and services, 13%. I'm surprised they never gave a Game Pass subscriber number. I mean, obviously they don't have to, but it would just stop any illusion that it's not growing. But the revenue growing 10% year on year is great. Hardware down 22%. And if you actually read the documents, well, read the information, they don't even mention the Series X and S as targets for next year. They're just completely taken off. Like, they literally don't care about the Xbox anymore. in terms of the Xbox Series S and X. They've just turfed it. In their actual discussions for next year, the Xbox Series hardware just wasn't even mentioned. Honestly, most of it was done in my stream. Most of it was done in my stream. By the time my stream finished, I was at 80%. The last 20% was really easy to find. By the way, do you know in my stream yesterday, Brick, where I couldn't find that one? Do you know the sofas behind that NPC? There was a character super small like this. Like really small. Hiding right next to the sofa that you can't see. That's just evil. Thanks, dude. But I agree, Brick. With the way I was doing it, I probably should have done that. But I collected so many. There's loads outside the ship as well. Loads outside the ship. But yeah. 6 of the top 10 selling games on PlayStation this quarter. And you know what? I know a lot of people were complaining that games are going to PlayStation. At this point, if this is what it, you know... I mean, obviously people should have accepted it by now that more than... You know, loads are going to go. But this just keeps Game Pass alive, right? You've got the 5 billion coming from Game Pass as it is. And then you've got all of these games, you know, fueling the companies as well. It's a win-win situation. It just means that Game Pass will remain profitable, sustainable for a long time to come. Mate, that troll dev is crazy. I might make like a 30-second video just to show where it is, because they are full-on troll with that one. They just hated people. But that's good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Obviously, we can't go with a stream without talking about Final Fantasy Tactics is coming September the 30th. Make sure you got your wallets ready, people, because this is going to be amazing. And obviously, our favorite Ben Starr is in there as well as a voice actor. So definitely check that out. But this one over here, folks, is the good one. First, they emailed POTUS. And POTUS just told them, go away. Already have Helldivers for Xbox. I did my part. But can you imagine? They're emailing Sony support. And Sony then turns around and says, if I say yes, will you go away? That's essentially what this reads. The ultimate game sale hurt your wallet? Man, I just stopped buying games. I just stopped buying. I've got too many to play. I can't get through them. Like, I just pre-ordered Metal Gear Solid Delta for Xbox. Honestly, there was this is how it went. There was this pony, right? Saying that we don't buy games and that Konami shouldn't be releasing Metal Gear Delta on Xbox. And now I really liked Metal Gear Solid 3. I think it was probably one of their best. But I had no intention of buying it early on. So I've just got so much to play. I've still got like Avowed to finish. I've got God of War Ragnarok to finish. I've got Oblivion to finish. I'm currently going through Death Stranding 2. I've got Obscure that I'm gonna finish after Death Stranding 2. That's just surface level. I got like 1 billion other games that I still need to finish, so I'm in no rush. And then I'm playing like multiplayer games as well. So I wasn't gonna buy it, right? But because he showed me that a physical existed for it, now I've always said that there are a few games that I would like the physical for. Not everything. 99% of games I will ignore. Final Fantasy is one of them. Metal Gear is another. And I genuinely didn't know that Metal Gear Solid had a physical version available to buy. I didn't know, right? But this pony decided that he was going to bring it to my attention so I could pre-order it. But he was going to bring it to my attention in a way where we don't buy games. So my copy is pre-ordered. Thank you very much, Sony fan. I'm really enjoying Death Stranding 2. I do play games. I spent, what, 7 hours yesterday on Terra Fantasy. I play games. 100%ed the update. I play games. But can you imagine how sad you got to be here to start emailing the Sony customer service? And then they turn around and say, while we continue to explore new ways to grow and evolve gaming ecosystem, basically we're going to do it whether you like it or not. We are committed to preserving the unique identity that PlayStation represents, timed exclusivity. As we have in the past, we will listen to your feedback. PlayStation players don't want games on PC, but they listened to the feedback and then said, yeah, we don't care. We just don't care. We like money from our community, including valued players like you. And then we just ignored all your complaints and ensure that our decisions are aligned with the experiences you expect from PlayStation. The games are going everywhere. Cliffo, it's still a game. It's still a game. YouTuber play games down. Hey, look, is it still a game? Mate, when you see Augusta and Ino, mate, they cooked with those next characters. They cooked. I keep my wallet well away from my PC. The last time I saw something cool like that, my wallet dropped on my PC and it just charged it automatically. Hey Clifford, I guess Death Stranding 2 Obscure 33 isn't video games either? More of a casino than a game? You don't have to spend anything. And you can play the whole story. You don't have to spend a single dime. With the free currency you get, you can pretty much do what you want. Well, Paul, make sure they don't hear it. But yeah, can you imagine how sad you got to be to do this? I mean, I get it. It's not as cringe as the other one that emailed the President of the United States. All right, look. Someone just tagged me in this, right? Here's the real list. It's like... So they're showing me that 60% of games is Xbox. Where's the win in this? Where? Okay, look. So 60% of the games are still Xbox games. not seeing your point here. I don't get it. I don't get it. So he's trying to show me that as a PlayStation fan, Microsoft isn't dominating the PlayStation charts? I don't get it. I don't understand. If the rumors are true about next gen Xbox, do you think you're gonna get that or PC upgrade? Probably both, Dickie. Probably both. Currently, my PC doesn't need an. Well, it's fine. I've got a 3090 Ti, and it's as long as I don't use ray tracing or path tracing, I run everything on ultra perfectly fine, above 60 FPS. So I'm pretty good at the moment on PC. But I will, if a console exists, I'll buy it. And it doesn't matter if it's PlayStation, Nintendo, or thing. Like, I've got a Switch 2, I've got the Series X and S. Although the S I did get for my son back then, he just plays on his PC now. So it's just there for my son. I think so, anyway. Actually, I have no idea where the S is. Actually, genuinely don't know where the S is. Because I bought my younger son one of those mini shuttle PCs for like £300 for his birthday. And he's just playing Roblox on there all the time now. Maybe a bit of Minecraft. It runs quite well on medium settings. For a little PC like that, pretty impressive. Yeah. And obviously I've got the PS5, which I gave to my son. Don't worry, I didn't do a DCG. I didn't sell it to him for $500. I gave it to him. It was a good donation. He doesn't use it at all. Like, at all. And I also, because I got myself the Pro for quite cheap. So yeah, I will buy if the next Xbox hardware, I will buy. Bags, there's not many consoles that I haven't owned, right? There's not many. Is there like a list of all consoles? Is there like a site that has a list of all consoles? Can you send it to me via DM, Susanna? Amiga CD32. Jesus, man. Look, I like my retro. I just don't know if I can go back that far. I don't know if I can go back that far, man. Although I did go back and replay Last Ninja about 5 to 7 years ago. So maybe I can. Let's see. Well, it ain't this. Now, I'm sure there's some I haven't owned. But I've owned a lot. Or had access to a lot. Like the TurboGrafx stuff, I didn't have access to. I did for the console, but not the handheld. But in terms of what I've owned or had access to, I've had access to a lot. Last year when I was in Japan, I almost bought a PlayStation copy of TOF just to have since the store had it. UK some, I've already done the same thing. I bought it. I saw it available. It was like £26 to import, so I imported it. It had to be done. I've spent too much time on that game. I know the disc itself won't work and whatnot because it's Japanese. I didn't care. I was going to pick up the Honkai Star Rail one as well. But like, if just going from memory, right? I had the Commodore 64. I had the Atari 2600. I had access to an Atari ST, an Atari Amiga, Amstrad, standard Amiga. Then we kind of went over to the NES, then the Mega Drive. Then I got a Master System, oddly enough. Don't ask me why. Then I've had a Super Nintendo. We've had an N64, GameCube, PlayStation 1 to 5 Pro, all the pros in between. Owned every Xbox, owned the Wii U, Switch 1, Switch 2, the Game Boy Color, the Mono one, the Game Boy Mini, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance 2, Nintendo DS, Nintendo DS XL, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 2DS, 3DS XL, Wonder Swan, Neo Geo Pocket, had access to a Neo Geo machine, TurboGrafx I had access to, Dreamcast, Sega Nomad, Sega Game Gear, Mega Drive, had access to a Mega CD, had access to a 32X. ColecoVision and stuff was way beyond my, like, way too early from my time. So yeah, I've actually, like, had a lot. Like, I've had a lot. Did you also have the Sega 32X? And I didn't have them, but I had access to them. No Intellivision? Dude, that's before my time. What are you talking about? I found this page over here. Where's the Intellivision? Let's see. Intellivision, like 1980. I wasn't even born, man. That's getting way before my time. I use my new 3DS XL all the time still. Dude, I've still got mine just over there. It's on charge. Like, anything that was, you know, MSI, what's it called? MSX, sorry. The Sony PC that had Metal Gear on there. I had access to that. SG-1000, I always wanted to play on one of these, but never got the chance to. It was only released in Japan to like a computer. But yeah, like, I've had access to a lot. Like, the TurboGrafx was one of them. Commodore 64 was amazing for its time. The Philips CDI I had access to. I've played on it. Sega Pico, if any of you haven't seen that, it uses these kind of storybook kind of cartridges that you turn to actually play the game. That was really cool. I had one of those. Atari Jaguar I had access to. Sega Saturn, obviously, one of my favorite consoles of all time. Atari Jaguar CD I had access to. I have no idea what this one is, though. Clearly the 360. And the rest become just modern consoles. I've kind of always wanted to buy an Evercade. I never made the jump. I might do it because they've got some cool, like, stuff on there and it's like really retro. I always wanted the KFC console, but that kind of never came out to be. So that was a bit of a disappointment. I didn't know that there was a SNES CD, so that's new. Neptune from Sega would have been cool. That was like a combo that they were going to do. In terms of the PlayStation handhelds, I've owned a PSP, the PlayStation Vita, I've owned a Nokia N-Gage as well, for those wondering. But I've owned a lot. I've really owned a lot, or had access to. One bit. The best thing I liked about the Game Gear was if you went, you know, like back in like, I don't know, give or take like 20 years, maybe 25 years, you'd get those like really cheap batteries from the marketplace. You know, the ones I'm talking about. The ones where they sell you like a pack of like 20 or 30 for like £2 in the market. You'd go home because you know you're going to get ready to go through all of those batteries on your Game Gear. You plug the batteries in. It took like 8 batteries or something like that. You power it on, and by the time the Sega logo comes on, the power light starts blinking. And you're like, I haven't even got into the game yet. What is this? Hey, Byron. Power Boss, it actually had a CRT TV built into it. It actually had a real TV built into it. A real full color TV. You could actually buy a TV tuner that they released that you could plug onto it, and it would actually work as a TV. It was a full blown out CRT TV that they had in there. Yeah, that thing guzzled battery like that's not tomorrow. But you know, I'm quite happy with how much I've actually owned over the years. I can like say with real ease that I've actually experienced gaming throughout the generations from really early on. Obviously they started from the 77, but that's the console I started off with. The Atari 2600. Then I think we updated to the 5200, which was released when I was born. But we upgraded to that later on down the line. But yeah, since then I've pretty much been on top of most things. We didn't bother with the Atari 28 because we had the Commodore 64 by that point. Yeah, the game was still better than most games today. You're not wrong, Cliff. You're not wrong. Right, there was, I mean, you know, people often look back and like say, how did people manage back then? But gaming wise, those years were great, man. Those were great years. Good times. That's why you always buy and adapt over the game. I've still got my Sega Nomad though. For those of you that don't know what it is, let me see if I can find Nomad. Wait, it's not even in the list? Come on. Sega Nomad. Do you know what I really did want? And I never got to buy it. And I wish I did. This is the Sega Nomad, by the way. It's basically a handheld Mega Drive. Man, I wish I could have arcade cabinets in my house. You know, I would put one in that corner, but there's just no room, man. There's just no room. Susanna, I had brothers that were born in the 70s. So a lot of the older stuff I got by virtue through them. But yeah, I've got one of these. This is really cool. It's big, but it's really freaking cool. But yeah, it's a 6-button layout Mega Drive. Handheld Mega Drive. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The cartridge is just stuck on top, and you're good to go. E-waste. Am I an LG or a Samsung TV kind of person to play games on? I prefer the LG OLEDs. Those Samsung QLEDs aren't too shabby. There you go. Look at it. Guy's already got the power jack plugged in because he knows what's about to happen the moment he hits the title screen. He knows, man. He knows. He knows. Now, Sega Nomad with Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's so fucking... Oh, man. Where is it? Is it still here? Is it just one picture? But yeah, that's crazy. Come on, Tarnish. That's so... How about that one? Oh, no. So that's a Game Genie, Sonic and Knuckles. I think that's a memory add-on. I can't really see, actually. It's a game adapter, and then you put Sonic 3 on top. Imagine playing that, holding that like this. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ah, these are good times, man. Good times. The shit we used to do with these. Let's see. My favorite one is this one. This will forever be my favorite one. And then people wonder where Sega went wrong. Can you emulate arcade cabinets on PC? Why can't you? People have been doing that for years, Bags. That's how most people just get like a really cheap PC that's powerful enough to run MAME, and then they put a display there, wire via USB the arcade sticks, and off you go. You've got all, you know, MAME runs off that. That's how people are doing it. You know, you can get system free, model free, all of it. But what do you think of this, boys? You got the Mega CD2, the Mega Drive 2 with the 32X, powered by the Master System adapter, with the Sega Genesis. I don't even know what that is. Cleaning system? Game Genie, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic 3. Nah, the Mega Drive was like 199. The Mega CD was probably the same, so that's 200. The 32X I don't think was more than $100. It was an add-on. That was probably about $50. They're looking at maybe 500 for these, and then these were cheap, right? Yeah, about 700. I guess still a lot of money back then. Clifford, you're saying dollars, right? And I don't even know if that's Canadian dollars. So I guess that could be different. But these were good times for gaming, man. This is the times when people just used to be awesome. But the one that I never actually, the one that I really wanted, that's worth, you know, you can't buy it now. It's not for the cheap, right? Is this one. And I'm kind of gutted that I never got one, but they're so expensive now that I literally just can't afford it. And it makes me so sad. This one. The Sega Multi-Mega. I really wanted one of these. So it's basically a Mega Drive and a Mega CD in one, and a CD player. Some of you might not know what a CD player is because you're just too young. But back in the day, people used to carry giant machines bigger than a CD just so they can put the CD in there and walk around with it like it's some kind of portable device. Doing that today, you'd probably be pulled aside and arrested for carrying a weapon. But back in those days, it was seen normal to carry something that needed a generator to run. Yeah, it's really expensive. Really expensive. You know, if I had like money that I could burn that I wouldn't care about, I'd buy one. But I just don't have that sort of money. I remember seeing this in Dixon's for £200 at the time. I wish I bought one. I remember in Dixon's, this was like, I mean, if you remember Dixon's, they're long gone now. But this was like $199.99 at the time. And I wish I bought it. Not for resale purposes, but I just want to own it. It's a piece of Sega history that never really came out. I do have this though. I do have this. This was released in Brazil. I don't know if this was released in the US, but I know it was released in Brazil. Sega Genesis 3, a really, really compact version of the Mega Drive or Genesis. It was actually made by a third-party company. It wasn't even made by Sega, I don't think. I do have one of these somewhere. Yeah, Cliffo, but I was a kid back then. I had no job. My parents didn't really care for video games. It wasn't necessary, and my parents were working quite hard as machinists. So they weren't earning much. So these sorts of luxuries just weren't needed. We already had the console. It's not like a collector thing today. You know? Yo, Brick, I have to ask. You've not said anything about Uno at all. You don't have any thoughts on Uno at all? You've not seen any of the Woowa stuff? The new Drip Thread stuff? Sega Neptune was a cancelled console, yeah. Isn't a new position? What do you mean? I mean, there's someone that's above them, so obviously it's not new. This was Sega Neptune, a Mega Drive with a 32X built in. Sega really did just try to release everything and anything. Check out the drip material that's going around at the moment. Hoyo released some gameplay, and the gooning is real. The gooning is real. I mean, 32X games gave way to the Sega Saturn. All right. Let's see. What else have I got for today? All right. So, I've actually got a few things we can check out. I got some Cronus gameplay. It's 35 minutes long, so I'm not going to watch the whole of that if people want, but it at least give you an idea of what Chronos looks like. The new game by Blooper, I think it is. It's supposed to be like a survival horror. We saw it at one of the game shows. It looked really cool. So definitely something that we could check out for maybe 5 minutes. There's the Battlefield 6 multiplayer gameplay. And of course, the Nintendo Partner Showcase. And then there's this one over here by Astro. That cope because multiple Xbox games topped the PlayStation charts was so sweet. So Dreamcast guy is being his usual self again for 3 minutes. Oh, it's a Nintendo Direct? Even better. Alright, let's start with a Nintendo Direct then. But yeah, so I've actually had access to a lot of the actual consoles, or had access to them. So I've actually, as a gamer, been quite fortunate, I would say. Alright, let's just make sure the volume is okay. But this is looking good. Stop the other stuff so you don't hear it. Alright, I've not seen this, so let's see what it's like. But hey, just remember, that was a good trip down memory lane, right? I bet none of you expected that to be on this show today. And that's why you come here, for the unexpected. And the fact that we laughed at PlayStation fans for sending those emails to Sony support only being told to go away. Nintendo! Don't demonetize me! Alright, switch 2 games, let's go. I guess this is Monster Hunter. Yeah. Look, I'm just gonna say, right? If the dragon missed him and he hit the floor, this would have been 10 out of 10. Straight off the bat, without a shadow of doubt. I would have died from laughter. That would have made this show 10 out of 10.
And you are the sole Rathalos rider in Azuria.
My people have been driven into a corner, and the point of no return is looming before us.
Can't afford not to go. be for long.
Monster Hunter Stories free with a twisted reflection. I've always wanted to play the first one and the second one. Maybe one day I will in my infinite backlog. And this is why I'm not going to buy number 3, because I want to play number 1 and 2 first.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners. What you just saw was Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to another grand adventure in the Monster Hunter universe. Today,
Video slightly low.
games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. Before a game is shown,
I kind of did that deliberately so the monetization wouldn't catch me off guard.
If both logos are shown, the game will launch on both platforms.
Which basically means the game is going to be held back.
First up, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo
Is it still
Switch
quiet?
games. Let the
Is
good
it still quiet?
times roll. By royal decree, a brand new game in the Katamari Damacy series is rolling onto Nintendo Switch. Roll your Katamari through historic eras like Edo Japan and more. It's a time-hopping trip through the ages to restore the universe for the king of all cosmos.
I never
Choose
saw the
helpful
appeal
items
to this
roll your
game.
Katamari like royalty and customize the prince and cousins looks to your liking. In addition,
I put it up.
roll out with friends in online multiplayer. Make a big Katamari and earn the most points to be crowned the winner. Plus,
Is it still low, chat?
music is back with an all-new soundtrack featuring new and returning music artists from the series history. Get ready to rock and roll, roll, roll through the ages when Once Upon a Katamari launches on Nintendo Switch October 24th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. The dance floor is calling.
Do you guys mind if I skip this one?
Including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch. Battle Beyond the Limit.
Don't worry, Bags. I'm gonna
Charge
mute
up
that
and
section out
unleash your
entirely.
fighting spirit in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the latest in the Arena Battler series. Enter the fray with over 180 fighters. In episode Battle Mode, relive iconic Dragon Ball stories from the perspectives of 8 characters, including Goku.
I've just never been interested in these games.
Or follow your own path and redefine history with alternate versions of those encounters. In custom battle mode, you choose the fighters, stages, and dialogue to create your own scenarios.
Boring.
Then share them online with players around the world. Plus, now you can duke it out with motion controls using the Joy-Con 2 or Joy-Con controllers. Immerse yourself in the characters and unleash powerful attacks. Get ready to shake the earth and break the heavens when Dragon Ball Sparking Zero launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems November 14th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Time to get back to your roots.
Hey, Garden. The name eludes me, but this is the EA game. Devastator, you know the name for this. Put it on my tongue. Chili, he streams Baldur's Gate 3 now on Thursdays with a group where they're doing multiplayer. So I don't know when, until they're finished playing Baldur's Gate 3, we probably won't see him on the channel. Plant vs. Zombies, that's it.
The club is yours.
It's like he's got the ball on a string.
Did they actually do anything different to this game this time? Nintendo got such a bad short end of the stick with
I haven't
FIFA.
seen that one before.
Get reacquainted with these games.
Welcome to the party, Pac-Man!
Yummy! Pac-Man World 2 is coming back, remade from scratch. Through forests or on ice. Use Pac-tastic moves to clear stages in style. And even take on powerful
Honestly, this
bosses.
is really bad so far.
Plus, now you can adventure with a pal in local co-op. Pac-Man World 2 Repack launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 26th. Pre-orders
Thoughts on
begin
Mafia
later
4
today
running 30
on
FPS?
Nintendo eShop.
I think
Lead your party of black
I think
mages,
companies.
dragoons,
Let's
and
go!
other allies to victory in
Tactics!
the beloved strategy RPG.
Sorry,
Final Fantasy
getting back to where I
Tactics,
was.
reborn with
I think
newly
companies
added
just need to
elements.
stop doing high fidelity to the point where it affects frame rate. 60
The game is
FPS
now
should
fully
always be
voiced
aimed
and
for.
adds
It's
brand new
stupid that they
dialogue
don't
between
do that.
characters,
Or give
But
me the
still,
damn
I
choice.
know that he and I are different.
I think it's
as well as new difficulty
I think it's a shame,
options,
Weapon.
a feature to
It's a
review
massive
story
shame.
events, and more.
And this is why you go PC, because Mafia
Final
4 on
Fantasy
PC
Tactics,
will be
The
120
Italy's Chronicle,
FPS.
Launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo
Or
Switch
higher.
September 30th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. When the clock strikes midnight, shadows emerge
Persona.
and the dark hour begins.
3. Reloaded.
Step into the shoes of a high school student who, together with his
cooking real
friends,
Chinese or Mexican
awakens the
food?
supernatural power of Persona.
Hey, Byron. Thank you for the
Attend
$2
class
super
and
chat.
explore the city during the day as you forge bonds with every interaction. Then, battle through the mysterious Tower of Tartarus and strategically take down rampaging shadows at night. Enter the dark hour and seal your fate when Persona 3 Reload launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system October 23rd. Pre-orders begin later.
I don't blame
today
you, Weapon.
on
I don't
Nintendo
blame you.
eShop. Next, please take a look at this.
I don't blame you at all. Hey, UK Sam, anything you're interested in on this?
Given an opening, he will bear his fangs. Until Hyrule itself is no more.
Be that as it may, we face it together.
What is this?
But you sought it from Hyrule of all places?
Hyrule
This is
Warriors?
madness.
There is danger here. enormously so.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty much how I expected it to look.
That was the latest trailer for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. We hope you're looking forward to experiencing the canonical events that led to The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom game when it launches this winter. We'll share more information on this title in the future. Let's continue with some
I'm
more
not
games
interested.
coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The realest Madden ever, built from Sundays.
Still not interested.
Game time. Kick off your journey to become an NFL legend in the most dynamic Madden game yet. Rule the field with all new player traits and realistic play styles. Immerse yourself in authentic team traditions and strategize.
It's cool that these
playmaking
games are
decisions
coming out on the
with
Switch,
newly
though.
added
They
features to
normally
lead your
skip
team to
Nintendo's
victory.
platform.
All built from real
It's
NFL
interesting now that EA is actually going full on with
franchise
releasing
mode.
games on the Switch.
Choose from 3 new archetypes to begin your coaching legacy. Or become your favorite NFL coach, each with their own strategies. Customize your game plan by selecting new abilities each week that offer different tactical advantages. Then level them up to fine-tune your plays. Plus, compete on the gridiron in local or online multiplayer. EA Sports Madden NFL 26 touches down on Nintendo Switch 2, August 14th. Pre-orders are available now.
I don't know.
on Nintendo
I'm not
eShop.
outside of Monster Hunter Stories. The rest are available on
cozy
Xbox and
campfire is
PlayStation,
calling.
and the ones that aren't, just not really interested.
Calling all camping enthusiasts. Build campfires in this cozy
Hey, look,
fire
Woodstar.
building sim. Chop wood.
I get it,
Arrange the pieces.
but don't
Then
say that,
light
man.
'em up. But if you don't fuel the flames properly, they'll fizzle out. To
Don't
stoke
say
your
that, man,
campfire,
because I'm one of
place
those
logs
suckers that
based on
bought
the
one.
fire's
Don't
strength.
say it.
Let enough oxygen flow through and maintain
I
the
already
right
feel sorry
amount
for
of heat.
myself already. I don't
let
need other
wet
people
logs
feeling sorry
dampen
for
your
me.
fire. Dry them before tossing them in the flames. And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just blow on it. Sometimes, though, a little patience is all you need. So roast some marshmallows or set off fireworks to light up the sky. You can also get the flames going in rainy or snowy conditions. But try mastering your campfire making skills first. With a compatible USB camera, you can enjoy each other's company around the campfire. You might even strike
Fucking
up some
sad
interesting conversations.
How sad, Ian? How sad do you have to
and
be?
stay a
All of
while.
you like a...
When Chillin' by the Fire sparks to life on Nintendo Switch 2 later today. Fight battles
Okay.
big and small
Okay,
in these games.
okay, Nintendo, I get it.
Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, this is big.
Squad up and survive 19 other teams in Battle Royale.
EA really are going gung-ho with
Or show off your
Nintendo,
skills in
huh?
Mixtape, where you'll take on 3 rotating game modes. Plus, both Battle Royale and Mixtape have enhanced resolution and
Yeah, this is the
smoother
Nintendo
performance.
Direct.
Build your crew and aim for victory when Apex Legends launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system August 5th, along with the new season, Showdown. To cure a witch's illness, her tiny familiar embarks on a grand adventure. With your magical froggy backpack in tow, you can climb, pull, and even swing to greater heights. Explore this vast world and gather ingredients to create a cure for your enchanting ally. Plus, up to 4 players can journey together in online co-op. A Little Mouse's magnificent adventure begins when Hella launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. Explore a galaxy full of opportunity. Embark on a journey across the iconic galaxy far,
Wait,
far
that's
away
on the
in
Switch
this
too?
open-world action-adventure game, taking place between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
That actually
films.
looked good for
You'll
Switch
take on the
2.
role of Kay Vess, who, along with her companion Nyx, is fighting for her freedom. Explore distinct locations, both new and familiar, as you fight, steal, and outwit your way.
I mean, I
through
can
the
see some of the
galaxy's
text. I
crime
mean, the textures are
syndicates
low,
and gain the
and that
means
frame
to
rate is
start a new
dirty.
life. Traverse
But
through
I'm
space
impressed
by
that they got
ship
it working on the
Kay's
Switch too.
Trailblazer, or by land on her S-57 Cardinal Speeder, and take on quests that blend stealth and shooting with some puzzle-solving mini-games in between. Embark on high-stakes missions. Engage in dogfights as you travel across the Outer Rim, and get ready to live the life of a scoundrel when Star Wars Outlaws launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 4th.
That's impressive.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Survive the future. Salvage the past.
All right, let's see some gameplay.
As an agent of a secret collective, you'll
I'm
travel
Batman.
between a future plagued by anomalies and a past on the verge of collapse to uncover the mysteries of this world. In the future, dangerous creatures born from the remnants of humanity prowl the wasteland. You'll need to craft ammo and supplies with limited resources to fend off brutal enemies. But don't let your guard down after defeating them. If a monster absorbs a fallen enemy, it'll evolve into an even more nightmarish form.
This looks good.
So act quickly to dispose of
Hey,
enemies.
Calandros.
You'll also come across rifts that allow you to travel back in time by extracting the essences of people you meet in the past. You can strengthen your own abilities. However, there's a price to pay. You'll be haunted by visual and auditory illusions and lose your grip on reality. What caused the world to collapse?
I'll play this.
And what is the true mission you've been tasked with? Chronos, the New Dawn.
Literally,
launches on
this is.
Nintendo
I'm
Switch
interested
2,
in this game. I'll play it on
September 5th.
anything that's not Switch 2.
The dragons of the East.
I'll
and
play that
West
on anything
clash.
that's not a Switch 2.
極道の世界で竜と呼ばれる男は
PC, PlayStation, Xbox, you name it, but not Switch 2.
あんたもそう思いますやろ
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is brawling its way onto Nintendo Switch 2. Kamurocho, Tokyo, Sotenbori, Osaka, two prolific
you know what?
entertainment districts in Japan, where the former dragon
Now
of
that the
Dojima,
Switch 2 is
Kazuma
actually more
Kiryu,
powerful than the Switch 1,
faces
and it
down
can
the
do
dragon
more,
of Kansai, Ryuji Goda.
this just feels like a console for re-releases.
Use
It doesn't
free-flowing
look like they're
combat
doing
moves to
anything
take on
original for
foes
this
in
platform.
action-packed brawls.
I mean, obviously Chronos
Duke it
is,
out
but that
using
looks
your
really
fists,
low texture.
weapons, and everything else
But
at your
everything seems to be
disposal.
like a remake or a
Plus,
re-release.
there's still plenty else to do around the cities. Enjoy darts, karaoke, and even golf. There's no shortage of things to do.
どいつもこいつもバカばっかりだ。
関東の極道組織の存亡をかけたぞ
A deadly clash between two dragons begins when Yakuza Kiwami 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2, November 13th. And Yakuza Kiwami, the story that launched the epic series, is also launching on Switch 2 the same day, featuring enhanced graphics, improved frame rates, and additional language support.
Why not just combine the two games together for a decent price?
There are plenty more games heading to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Let's take a quick look.
on Switch 2. It should handle it. Skip.
Before we go, we've got 2 more games to show you. Please take a look.
All right, come on.
To pass through that door is to pass through time.
Octopath Traveler?
To travel a road spanning centuries. From here, heroes set out on a journey of hope.
Square Enix presents a brand new action RPG brought to life in HD 2D. This is Philabildia, a continent overrun by beast tribes. A spell of safekeeping is all that protects humanity's sole bastion, the Kingdom of Huther. One fateful day, a set of ruins is discovered in the wilds beyond the castle walls. An adventurer, Elliot, leaves the kingdom to investigate.
Facing dangers.
Oh, this is the actual game, Elliot the Adventurer.
At his side is a fairy named Faye.
You can call me Faye. I'm a fairy.
Together, the duo venture beyond the kingdom's protection into the great wide world. During your journey, you'll come face to face with all sorts of foes. In battle, study your opponent's moves carefully and find opportunities to strike. Fight with swords for quick and well-balanced strikes. Bows and arrows to target enemies from afar.
I mean, it looks
Chains and
okay.
sickles to swing and pull enemies closer, and more. There are 7 weapon types in total, but that's not all. You can also strengthen your weapons by equipping different combinations of magicite. Try out all sorts of variations to find the playstyle that works for you. Your fairy companion, Faye, can also attack and pick up items. You can control both Elliot and Faye separately, or 2 players can control them at the same time. You'll find that she's very helpful on your adventure. Join Elliot and Faye on a grand journey that, unknown to them, will span 1,000 years. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium
This look
Tales,
good.
launches
This
on
look good.
Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
This look good.
After today's presentation, a debut demo will be available.
Oh, really?
And there will be an upcoming survey to gather player feedback.
All right, let's check it out. Apparently there's a demo for this available.
In the beginning, there was nothing. Everything began with the birth of Orsa, mother of all. She created our world, the land of Orstera.
Octopath Traveler. Now these games are made for the Switch. These games would do great on the Switch.
Yes, I suppose the time is right. You'll finally.
Damn right, you're gonna call yourself Chaos Prime Zero.
We've come to join
You see, everyone wanna be me.
I wish I could see everyone here laughing and smiling just one more time. Are you going to rebuild Wishvale? Or are you going to find the people who took our home from us?
Witness a tale of beginnings that unfolds across Orstera. Octopath Traveler 0 is available on December 4th, 2025.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
I agree, this was not great. I think the last 2 games by Squaresoft really saved the day. But that's it, man. The last 2 games are Xbox Play Anywhere. That even removes the reason to buy them. Although, actually, Weapon, you reminded me of something that I wanted to talk about. Good on you, buddy. Good on you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the list, Susano. But someone sent me, I think it was Soul. Soul. And this is quite disappointing. If this is true, it might be drivers, right? It might be driver related. But apparently AMD's Z2 Extreme versus Z1 Extreme, early insights uncover performance and driver challenges. There's probably driver, but at the moment, AMD's Z1 Extreme APU has been a massive boon to the handheld gaming world, offering up impressive performance. But AMD did not just create one Extreme chip before exiting the market, as revealed at the IFA. AMD was already working on the Z2 Extreme. And it looks like the Z2 Extreme isn't really that great. CES 2025 is where AMD officially took the reps off of the Z2 Extreme. Considering how potent APU the Z1 Extreme continues to be today in the best gaming handhelds on the market, Z2 Extreme has a lot of people excited. Unfortunately, some of that hype appears to be overblown, at least according to an excellent hands-on comparison between Z1 Extreme and the Z2 Extreme by ETA Prime, who's actually a really good content creator when it comes to this sort of stuff. So he doesn't like fluff around or anything. At the time of making this video, with the drivers we have for the Z2 Extreme, I wouldn't run out and upgrade from the Z1 just yet. This means that the Z2 Extreme, which is going to be available basically as the Xbox Ally X, isn't going to perform that much better than the previous console, the previous version. Horizon Zero Dawn remastered at 1080p with a 25-watt TDP saw the Z1 Extreme average 30 FPS and the Z2 Extreme average 31 FPS. Black Myth Wukong Z1 Extreme was 44 FPS, Z2 was 49. Forza Horizon 5 80 FPS on the Z2 and 76. These aren't big improvements, guys. This is actually really disappointing. Hey, look, Calandros, I'm better than him, and I don't even make the videos. Just saying. At 17-watt TDP, Z1 Extreme averaged 32 FPS, while Z2 Extreme averaged at 39. Yeah, this is actually really disappointing. Really, really disappointing. ETA Prime also dropped the resolution to the 900p with the same 17-watt TDP, and that's where the Z2 Extreme saw the most improvement. It hit 45 FPS as opposed to the 35 FPS, which is that's the sort of jump you want to see. Cyberpunk, and that was on Cyberpunk, 25%, 25 TDP reveals only 4 FPS difference. That's not a typo. Z1 Extreme averages 42, Z2 averages 46. Now, this could naturally be because of drivers, but that's crazy. That's mental. Boy, Bug, don't do it. You don't need to come here. Mate, you've multiplied within 10 seconds. Like, I'm going to leave you guys alone. You stay there, and I stay here. Our paths don't cross. Everyone is happy. But if you come here, you die. There's just no two ways about it. I don't make the rules. My weapon of mass destruction is right here. I've seen that. I'll check that out in a bit. Devastator. Weapon X is going to have to. Mate, I am definitely playing Grounded in real life. But you know what? What they don't have in Grounded in real life? They don't have one of these. They don't have one of these. You're all dead. You're all dead. Do you remember what he said? I thought you wasn't going to do anything. I lied. And if you got the reference, kudos to you. At the time of making this video, the drivers we have for the Z2 Extreme, I wouldn't run out an upgrade from the Z1 just yet. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I do expect we'll see better performance in a lot of these games, just like the Steam Deck and the Ally. When it was released, there were games that just didn't run. Now we're seeing pretty good frame rates across the board. That's still disappointing. You know, you're going to be paying $800 and to upgrade over your Z1 Extreme and what, 4 FPS? 4 FPS. 1 FPS in the case of Horizon Zero Dawn. 1. That's disappointing. Shinobi got a demo? I'll have to download it on the Switch as well and give it a try. I'll give you a hint, Calandros. It has a guy on a bridge. And the guy goes, I thought you said you were going to kill me last. And then he says, I lied. Still no? Nada? Man, you guys, these are classic movies. Oh, look at Calandros just bailing out. It is Arnie. What do you mean I cheated? What did I cheat about? I did no cheating. All right, let's check out the Battlefield stuff. It ain't Conan. Jesus. Conan, you know. Out of everything that we think, how did John cheat? He didn't even say anything. I mean, you ain't far off it in terms of the years. Ah, John is number one. Well, he's also very skilled at being number one. As it should be number one. Yeah, no one cares about number two. Number two is just the first loser. That's all number two is. So you got number one, who is cherished and praised and respected by the masses. Number two is just the first loser, and no one cares about that. What are they gonna say about him now? So they always say Nate the Hate is always right and always sure. More Sony games will come to Xbox. Yes, I don't know anything about Lego Horizon going to Xbox, but even if it did, would anyone care? Probably not, actually. That game did so bad. I think it's Lego and Sony are going to want to put that on everything, including Roblox. They're just going to integrate that shit into Roblox and make you pay Robux just so you can play it. That game did so bad. But that's it. Everyone says Nate the Hate. I mean, I don't generally believe this guy. He has got a lot right, and I think he's got a number of things wrong. But do you know what? There you go. Now to authenticate that, to make sure it's real, Nate the Hate too probably blocked me by now, but do you know what? He might not have. Not everyone wants to block me, right? Man, I still can't believe Reforge got so upset that I actually said something nice about him. How do you get upset about someone saying something nice about you? If he did say that, I'm not seeing it. You sure someone didn't just Photoshop that? All I'm seeing from Nate the Hate is lots of PlayStation stuff. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything legit coming from there. What was the date even? The 25th of July. Does this guy even post anything? I'm gonna do something, chat, since Nate the Hate had said it, and since all the ponies actually believe in this, I'm gonna do something. Is that his thing? Is that too much, chat? He has 39k followers, so this is the real Nate the Hate. You see this? There was just a delay in the stream. What are you on about? There's like a 5-second delay and you guys are already up in your knickknacks. Damn right, Seth Zero, I'm stirring. Literally what I was born to do. So do I do this? Or should I just keep it professional and just leave it ... Does that work? And a Minecraft lava chicken? What do you think, chat? Does that work? Snarky? We got to find the right GIF. What's the right GIF? Because this guy's been attacking everyone. How about that one? Come on, this one looks good, right? You think Kermit's is better? Billy Crystal. Make sure this shit isn't safe for work, yeah? Oh yeah, that's the one I was using. I'm being very professional here. You know me, Calandros. Sipping tea, third image on the right, top row. This one? Yeah, I like it. Come on. That's got a bit of class going on with it, right? Send. Doctor Who. Tenant. Have a look. This one? No, chat, we messed up. We messed up. Chat, what? How? Why? We messed up. Replace all. You can't edit. You can't. You can only edit actual posts, not you know, threads that you start. You can't actually edit thing. You can't edit. No. See, there's no edit. You can only edit if you actually make the post. It can't work. All right. Now that that's out of the way, and we're all good. Let's get back to the Battlefield presentation. That guy is literally on the biggest damage control I've ever seen. He is like going crazy. He is attacking Puerto. Anyone that's actually saying that the games are going to go to Xbox, my dude is attacking them like crazy. He's just going all out, calling them all names and everything. He's become quite invested in this. And I just like to poke the bear. Just a little bit. Every so often. Because you know what? Like I said in my video, at this point, I just want to see the meltdown. I don't even care what games go. Like, I get it. A lot of people want certain games. It doesn't really affect me because I've got all consoles. But I just want to see the meltdown happening in real time. I just want to see it. And that doesn't make me a bad person, right? Yeah, I mean, it's only the OP post that you can edit, Calandros. You can't edit anything else. Like, if they posted underneath, they can't edit that. It's only the very first post that you create for the thread that you can edit. Calandros, it's all a bit of fun. It's all a bit of banter. The problem is some people just take it too far. But this is all just a bit of fun and games. All right, let's have a look at this and see what it's like. This is gameplay? Oh, oh my god, this looks insane. This looks so good. Knock, knock. I swear it really feels like that, right? DICE turned around and asked CA, how many helicopters do you want crashing into buildings? And DICE just responded, yes. The game is $69.99. You got the deluxe editions and stuff which cost more, but the base game is going to be $69.99. The CEO of EA already announced that. Is that it? Man, that looked crazy. Man, that looks so sweet. If you get the Phantom Edition, which costs like 700 quid, you get the Phantom Squad 4 soldier skins. You got the BF Pro token, Battle Pass plus 25 tier skips, exclusive unlocks and more. You get a Shrouded Weapon camo package, Drop Shadow Weapon package. You get a Chimera vehicle skin. Like, okay. A Tombstone pack, pre-order bonus. And more little skins. Do you know what, Bags? I've never bought GTA 5 so far either. I guess there's a... Well, at least for me, there's not a first. I bought cosmetics. Nice, Clark. Nice. No, that looked really good. That looked really, really, really good. This looked so good. My question is, how much of this graphical fidelity is going to be degraded? Hey, look. Waifu is laifu. That's all I gotta say. Looks like they actually let DICE cook. I know, right? I mean, Banks, there's nothing wrong with you being into guys. You know, you can be into your husbandos. Doesn't mean it's cringe if heterosexual people are into waifus. Standard edition is $59.99. Even better. Pre-purchase Battlestar 6 Phantom Edition. I don't know. I don't know what orientation you are. I mean, he opened himself up for that one. I don't know what orientation you are, but You walked right into that one. You just dropped your phone into the ravioli. Do you know what? Heck, Destiny did the same thing. But if this one actually looks good, like the previous one they did, they tried to make that trailer as good as humanly possible. It didn't work. Oh, well, that has to be PC. That has to be PC. That has to be PC. There's no. There's not a thing in my mind that says it's not. Series S. To go handedly carrying lads to the top of the charts. Damn straight. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Me too. Weapon? Absolutely. I can't, like, these games need to be 60 FPS. So I you know, EA is not going to make them running at 30 FPS. I can't imagine that for the life of me. But man, am I gonna piss people off so bad? This ain't funny. My only hope for Battlefield is that I can use my keyboard. I think if they allow for that, Devin, they're probably going to do input-based matchmaking, which means us controller plebs will not be in the same lobby as you. And you know, I know my place. What's going on here? Let me put the music back on. Bow down, bow, bow, bow. Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is, Devin. Don't even want to game with us anymore. Guys, like, I'm in a different realm to you guys. I'm on a different playing field. Guy couldn't shoot the wide side of a barn door and still. You all have free hikes. Puerto Rico's back at it. I'll leave this here. You all can do what you want with it. Any more Sony games coming? Lego Horizon, Xbox rumor fake? Is the whole slate or just live service? Don't have specifics to share. I'm gonna go sell my PS5 Pro. It's over! Oh, people are losing it like crazy. They're losing it like crazy. Oh, oh wait, what the fuck? What happened? No! What the fuck happened? I just yeeted myself. Such professionalism. I just yeeted myself accidentally. Oh. This one's a rough one. I need another door slot. You have no excuses. Go play the stories games. The people on Xbox reading this. The fucking talking about. Wait, I thought the stories games were on Xbox. Are they not? The Monster Hunter stories. Are they not on Xbox? Bags, I play Monster Hunter for the story, and then once I'm done with the story, I'm done with the game. Not 1 and 2? Oh shit. I didn't even realize. But Bags, you're looking at someone that not only plays Monster Hunter for the story, but has also never purchased GTA 5. More Sony PlayStation titles will be coming to Xbox, says Nate the Hate. It's only a live service though, guys. The ones that don't exist. Right? It's the live service games that don't exist that's going over there. I did play Resident Evil 4. I did. And that dude in the church is an asshole. But I did play it. Damn, try to stab me for no reason. Actually, he did stab me. And then lock me up. You know what? I played Concord 2. Live on stream. Concord for Xbox confirmed. Can you imagine if they actually brought back Concord? Oh, God. But guys, seriously. People are going to say that it's still the live service games. What live service games? Fair Games is probably getting cancelled. Helldivers has already been announced. And coming next month. Marathon is already confirmed. So what are they talking about? That's exactly what I was saying. Didn't I just say that? Watch them turn. Watch them. They're all going to come out of the woodwork saying, this ain't real. He's just saying that. They don't have any. Power Boss, that's probably going to get cancelled. It's a wrap, bro. Right on time after I dropped my video. Yeah, after the stream, I'm going to definitely make a video on this, so be prepared. But, damn, son! Nate the Hate coming out just... He chose violence on this day, man. Man came out and just chose violence. In my humble opinion, Nate has been accurate, so I give Nate his respect. It'd be crazy to play Ghost of Tsushima on Xbox. I wouldn't mind replaying it for the first time. Oh, J-Dub City, the whole slate. Oh, it's definitely happening if he out here talking. Get your Thanos meme ready. You know, he's look, say what you will, and I know people are going after P-Rock for all the wrong reasons, but he's been real, you know, he's been absolutely on point and real with this whole thing. The moment he saw that job application, it was over for him. It was done. He's right, who cares? Only fanboys apparently. Consumers will talk with their wallets. No, they won't. So here's the reality, right? Here's what's actually going to happen. The 10 people on X are going to have the biggest meltdown that every gaming article news journalist is going to write about, because that's going to be the biggest news in gaming. And the rest of the world is just going to continue as if nothing ever happened and go on with their normal lives. Just like the same thing happened with Xbox. The 10 people that made it a big deal, especially Tim Dog, man, that curse is real, man. That curse is real. Like, how bad does that curse have to be? My dude, rumor has it he's headed to Nintendo next. Maybe this was Tim's, like, you know, big, you know, ambition all along, to make the whole industry third party. Yeah, King Thrash is holding the line. I don't know why. The writing's written. If King knows business, then he knows that this is going to make Sony more money. He said 5 days ago it will most likely be live service. Nope. That's not happening in what live service? What live service? They don't have any. They're still clinging on to that live service. You know what? I just want to see the first game be Spider-Man to come over. Look, please, Sony, just make that the first game. I don't even care what comes after that. And if it ain't Spider-Man, make it be Bloodborne. Make it be Bloodborne. Just Spider-Man or Bloodborne. That's all I want to be first. Mate, does that game even still exist? Destruction All-Stars. Those are the only two games that will send them off the edge. That will... Horizon won't break them. The Last of Us won't break them. Uncharted won't break them. But Spider-Man or Bloodborne, that will break them. Those two will absolutely break them. I don't even think God of War will break them. But either Spider-Man or Bloodborne. If one of those two get announced by Gamescom, I'm going to say the famous line again. I'll say it. But only if it gets announced. You'll have to wait until then. Spider-Man will break them. It will literally just ruin them. Some of them, I think, will just outright just delete their YouTube accounts, Twitter accounts, everything. Nah, they've got Code Violet now, Digital Devil. They've got Code Violet now, basically running around half naked. They gave up with the whole fireman thing, and they've decided that making their character 90% naked is going to be the best way to bring in gamers. In this regard, not specifics, but I was made aware that Sony Interactive Entertainment Liverpool have just started hiring as a support studio for PC gaming. PC testers are being hired in the mass over there to get people up to speed, which I assume is to support Nixis importing more games over to PC, and by definition to Xbox, because they're similar architecture. Now that last part is my conjecture. The role specifically says PC tester that they showed me, but Sony Interactive Entertainment Liverpool is hiring right now for PC testing. And Sony Interactive Liverpool is a support studio now. It will bring up. They'll replied saying, "I'll bring it up to the team," and it was the official holdover. That's wicked. If they make it play anyway, that will just. I reckon more people will pick it up. I mean, the thing between Xbox and PC is that if it's going to be play anyway, it's going to be through the Xbox app. And that, for those of you that don't know, the version that you play on the PC is basically is the same console version, but they're just removing all the restrictions, giving you all the menus, and making it play the same as PC. So it can be done. It's really easy. YouTube is doing the same thing in America now too. Moonlight Ace. YouTube just announced today that they're going to be requiring ID verification in the US from accounts. Not all accounts will get hit. Like, for example, if you're already monetized and making money and your details are already there because you have to verify yourself, you guys are already done. But YouTube is doing it in the US already now. And so more companies are going to do this. It is a very easy way for them to get your data. And companies like data. So it's not just the UK, it's going to be everywhere. Yeah, I liked it. The original God of Wars were good. 2018 was good as well. There was something wrong with Ragnarok. I don't know what it was. I'm pretty sure it was Atreus. His attitude just was boring, stinky, typical, annoying child. Don't get me wrong. I've got kids of my own. I have to deal with them on a daily basis. I love them to bits, but I don't want to be babysitting in a fucking video game. Sorry, I dropped the F-bomb. But we play video games to escape this sort of thing. Like, that's my time. I don't want to be babysitting another stupid child. Just saying. I mean, everyone should be calling out Collective Shout. Collective Shout, in what they're doing, is so nasty. It's just not even funny. But they targeted a topic that it's being. You know, I'm going to release my video on that soon because I reacted to Asmongold's video. So that will actually give you guys a lot more insight and thing. But the way Collective Shout went about this was so calculated. It's evil. It's so evil. It's still God of War. But yes, they could have literally replaced Kratos with anyone else, and you probably wouldn't notice a difference. So I'll give you that. They could have literally replaced him with anyone and called it anything else, and it wouldn't have made any difference. No, it wasn't Asmon reacting. Asmon was actually quite pissed. Like, genuinely not very happy. I don't react to his content normally, but this one actually was really, it's really important. So I do need to release it at some point. It's a long video, but it's, you know, more people need to be aware of it because not enough people are talking about it. But in this video, he wasn't reacting to anything. It was just him using his, you know, makeshift camera and talking. You can have your freedom of speech, but you'll need to show your ID. And if you don't have it, you can... See, this is the thing. What people don't understand is everyone has freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean you've got the freedom of consequence. You'll still get done for the consequence of what you say, but you can say what you want. You've got the God-given right to say what you want. You just need to be aware that there are going to be consequences if you say the wrong things. But no one is saying you can't. Now, this one, Calandros, was very real. This one was, you know, this one was on point. This one was on fire. And that's why I reacted to it. I don't normally react to that stuff. And what happened to them in the end? They almost wiped out Germany. If Turkey hadn't stepped in, you probably wouldn't have had a Germany today. But they had a right of speech, right? They had a right to rally what they wanted, but there was consequences to it. And had Turkey not stepped in at the right time to stop them from getting wiped off the face of the earth, you wouldn't have a Deutschland today. There's always a consequence. What's this? Oh, shit. Chat. Getting back to gaming. Nah, you'll be fine, Clark. That looks so good. I like what that guy Max asked him. I like that guy, what Max asked Keir Starmer. Do you have a job? If anyone's ever seen him on YouTube, he does those, he has to guess your job for 2 minutes on the ladder. So he went up to Keir Starmer and asked him if he had a job. Imagine going up to the Prime Minister and saying, do you have a job? Oh, guys got kahunas. I like it. I like it. 230. That's a big sense. But look, man, you get this ring there. You get the ring of the Flamebringer. It's a real ring. You get dice as well. You get some nice cards. Ain't got a clue what that is. Probably a CD. You get a nice art book, a map. And you often are. 2018 is a good game, just not a God of War game. Mate, the Ragnarok's pacing was even worse. Was there anything else? I guess there's no point in watching Chronos because we already know what that is. And it's already 11 o'clock, so I think there's this one clip here. I don't know what it's about. I know he's coping hard. Anyone want to listen to it? Clark, I know, but it was just the way the guy turned up and asked him, do you have a job? That was funny, man. He's like, do you have a job? And Kid just looked at him like, is this serious or are you just punking me? It just made me laugh. What, in this clip? Alright, we gotta watch it.
I do think that this is also part of it. This is the sales chart for the top selling games on PlayStation. These are the best selling games on PlayStation for the entirety of, let's see here, from April to June. And look at it. The top selling games on PlayStation. Forza, which is a Microsoft game. Elder Scrolls, which they confirmed Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered sold 9 million copies.
By the way, I know everyone is saying that this 9 million copies is being said quite broadly by everyone. There's a really big significance to this, and I actually got it, you know, if it did actually sell 9 million copies, the remaster sold 9 million copies if it did sell that many in 3 months. The original sold that many copies in its whole lifetime. That's insane in terms of just correlation. Oblivion, the original, reached 9 million sales in its whole lifetime from original release. Oblivion Remastered reached it in 3 months. That's crazy statistics.
Absolutely insane numbers. Truly, truly insane. You cannot give that company enough credit. Black Ops, that's an Xbox game. Doom the Dark Ages, Indiana Jones, Minecraft. The amount of this chart here that's owned by Xbox. My thing is that I believe...
That's what I thought, but I'm actually seeing now, Banisher, that it's millions of copies sold. On PC alone, it just trumped.
That Sony is taking the wrong lesson for this. I think Sony is taking the lesson that if they go multi-platform, they'll instantly have this amount of success on the Xbox. But my thing here is that I honestly just don't believe that Xbox people buy games. I mean, it just doesn't seem to. If you look at
here we go
games
again
at the top of the sales charts on Xbox and then look at them on the full top 20 selling games.
See, that's where it's being disingenuous. And I know what he's saying, but I know Nib said this as well, and others said this as well, and whatnot. And it's a bit stupid. And here's why it's going to be stupid, right? the Xbox charts is restricted to its 32, 35 million consoles. Now, someone in chat tell me what 2% of that is. Bags, I wouldn't be surprised of Morrowind coming. I was on Boom's stream not long ago, and I actually said releasing Morrowind and Skyrim makes perfect sense for them before Elder Scrolls 6 to get more of an audience in that actually likes the Elder Scrolls universe, and then get them primed and ready for Elder Scrolls 6. Digital. Yeah, so what is 2% of... It's easy money, yeah. Let's see. Say 35 million. From 35 million, 2% is 700,000. 1% would be 300,000, it's right. So if we're taking, like, just using the PlayStation sales force as a thing, PlayStation has 70... They keep boasting that they've got 75 million. Right? So Xbox needs to sell twice the amount that Sony needs to sell in order to even be on the same playing field. So they need to sell double the percentage of sales. So the markets for Xbox and PlayStation are just too different now. Yes, people are going to buy games, but they need to sell like 2-3%, whereas Sony just needs to sell 1% or 1.5% to hit that million sales. Do you see the difference here? And then you've got Game Pass as well, which they don't have, which also impacts buying power. So it's not the same. It's disingenuous.
It's never even there. Typically, the highest selling game on...
So it's harder for an Xbox game to hit the standard top 20 list from just Xbox on its own than it would be for PC, Nintendo, or PlayStation. That's the point I'm making here. It would it's harder for them because they need to sell way more just to be, you know, to level with them. So it's not the same. And that's a really big nuance that people often miss with these charts.
Xbox is like number 45 on top selling games multi-platform. Maybe I'll get proven wrong, but maybe there will be a lot of Xbox people where they say, hey, here's Spider-Man remastered. It's $40. If that actually sells enough to chart, I will truly, truly, truly be impressed. But
man, I thought I was going to say delete his channel though.
A lot of people are sort of just laughing at this. Destin like...
Not that I want him to, by the way. This is how he earns his living, so let the guy do what he needs to do. I don't play with anyone's bread money.
Gary just saying LOL. A lot of people are saying a corporation doesn't want money from as many people as they can get. If they can get people to buy their plastic box, they'll go to it. This just reminds me of Xbox. It's just 4 games to calm down the fan base, and here we are today. I think that's an important thing to keep in mind because it is recent history. It only happened the beginning of last year. Phil Spencer, the king of lies himself, the head of Xbox, came out and said it's just 4 games. We're only putting 4 games on PlayStation. It's not the whole slate. Don't tell me this or that. It's only 4 games. And that was an absolute lie. Phil Spencer looked directly into the camera and lied to the fans.
Again, he's misinformed. And you know what? I'm going to prove he was misinformed right now. I'm going to prove that he was misinformed.
So when you are thinking about the future and this concept of live service games, games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences, how does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct, which
I think
was
it's
a
over
story
here.
for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So
yeah, he was being delusional there, by the way.
4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about...
And we're going to learn what it means for the business. If it makes money, there's going to be more. If it doesn't make money, then that's it. Nothing else is coming. The problem was none of us actually at the time wanted to listen to what he was actually saying. Because he didn't, you know, you clearly understand what he's saying there.
The concept of live service games, games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences, how does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct, which was an awesome show, where we showed great games that are coming to...
So he's clearly telling you there, we will see what it means for the business. If it makes money, we're going to do more. Companies aren't stupid. Now, if no one bought Sea of Thieves, because Sea of Thieves is the one that did, you know, amazingly well. If no one bought Sea of Thieves, and no one bought Pentiment anyway, Hi-Fi Rush did okay-ish. Clearly not enough to save them. But that's out of the question. Pentiment's out of the question. Grounded 2 probably didn't do well either. So it was really just Sea of Thieves. And if that had flopped, then this move probably wouldn't have happened. But his statement there saying, at the time, we will see essentially what it means for the business. If one of them does well, we are going to do more. Right? And I will openly put my hand up and say, I heard the message, I just didn't want to believe it. Right? He's telling you right there. Right?
Forms have, and to help us with that, we're going to do that. And that's really the story behind these 4 games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, you know, I think there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox.
And I do believe that that was his original intention. The problem is, if you've got your whole collection over at PlayStation, you've got all your library, you're not jumping over. It's just not happening. The generation to lose was the PS4 and the Xbox One, and they lost it. But, you know, you're not going to get people to come over. If you've got 1,000 games on your Xbox, you're not going to get rid of those just to go to PlayStation. You might buy a PlayStation as well, but you're not going to sell your Xbox for it.
We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about the...
That's the part there. We're going to learn. So he's wrong.
Fans. And a lot of fans honestly seem pissed. I've personally seen a lot of people that straight up sold their Xbox because of the just 4 games lie, and now they're PC gamers. You know, congrats to them. But I do think that this, to me, has that same vibe. I do think that if PlayStation starts putting everything multi-platform, I hope there more transparent than Xbox was. I hope they straight up say multi-platform games are going to be live service stuff first. After that, maybe we'll see. Okay, multi-platform stuff is going to be first-party exclusives after 2 years. Now that it's been 2 years, we can put Spider-Man there. We can put God of War there. And if they're successful, we'll see how it does.
See, I actually agree with that. Transparency is the key. Phil was very cryptic with what he said, and that's why people often call him a liar. But obviously, he knew exactly what he was saying. He was trying to appease the Xbox fans while openly telling you that more games could potentially be going. I agree that they should be more open and transparent. Yeah, Grounded one. Because I even remember, right? I even remember Bags turned around and said Chaos was right. He called it and he was right. Because even I wanted to believe what I heard rather than believe what was being said. I remember that like it was yesterday. So, you know, I'll hold my hands up. I was one of those people that heard what he said, and I heard what I wanted to hear, not what he was saying. Why wait? What are people going to do? Sorry, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, Calandros, it was all PR talk. It was all PR talk, essentially saying, if the games do well, more will go. That's it. Why wait 2 years? Oh, that's just his coping mechanism. That's literally his coping mechanism. Leave the guy alone, man. He has to cope somehow. He was very drunk. Third party, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, folks, I think that's all we actually have time for. PlayStation fanboys having their only... This is the last thing, right? I'll say. Invictus, you kind of hit it on the head there. Right? It's all about the fact that PlayStation gamers actually saw what happened during the Xbox meltdown. Right? They saw it. They experienced it. They saw firsthand what was going on with the Xbox fans. They should know better. And this is why they're getting mocked right now. Because they've seen it. They've seen it happen real time. It wasn't even that long ago. It's not like it was done in the 1800s. This happened like a year ago. They saw it happening and were part of the group. And yet now, they are becoming, or have become, what they were mocking. That's what's really bad about all this. It's really bad out there. Like, these people are proper hypocrites. It is entertaining, I know, right, Max? It is goddamn entertaining. I'll give it that. Oh, did they? I mean, I did post under there, but people think. I'll save that video for next time, though. Devastator. I haven't forgotten about it. I'm just out of time tonight. So the one about from Puerto Rock, he's tired of their stupidity. We will definitely check that out on Tuesday. I'm just out of time tonight. I am quite tired and exhausted, and I still have to make a video after the stream. So I want to leave enough time to make that happen. But chat, that is going to be it for me for tonight. It's been awesome. It's been amazing. You guys have been absolutely brilliant. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, you know, thank you to everyone that's become a member, super chatted. I appreciate all of it. All right, folks, that is going to be it for me for tonight. Am I going to bed? No, I'm going to go make a video. I've still got a video to make and then a few other things that I need to sort out before I go to bed. So it's probably going to be another 3-4 a.m. for me for tonight. Still got a number of things to do. I'm a very big night owl. Smash JT. God, why would anyone want to listen to him? I'll have a look though. But yeah, it's 11:15 here in the UK. And yeah, so another hour for a video, and then a bit of Gordon Ramsay for my therapy session. That should be good. I'll continue off Renova story vid. Started out strong with the... Ah, you got the reference now, right, Calandros? It makes perfect sense. So, yeah. I will see you all on Tuesday, unless Sony decide to announce something soon over the weekend. Maybe. That would be interesting. If not, then I'll see you all on Tuesday or in the next video. We will also be streaming the Gamescom. So, 19th of August, we're going to be doing that. And we'll be doing the other stuff as well. Alright, I've still got another video that I need to make for the light gun thing, so that's coming soon as well. But other than that, folks, that's it. I'm going to call it a night here. It's been awesome. You've all been amazing. Thank you so much for your continued support and just turning up and having these conversations with me. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, folks, and remain legend.